It is TV. It's all we've got. Hello.
More importantly, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you
You've
doing,
had
Dad?
a big week. You've had a big week and a bit with improv.
I have had a big week. I've had improv. I have gotten back into life.
Oh my God.
I have been doing some things that aren't just work or home.
Wow.
So,
how are you coping with reality?
Well, the truth is, I can't watch as much TV as I normally do because
shock and awe. So this
I
exercise that came out of the midst and the depths of a COVID pandemic.
Yep.
This little exercise podcast that you and I have created. More importantly, you title, edit, and produce TV. It's all we've got. Is it under serious threat, or can we sustain the energy and keep it going?
Look, I think I'm going to have to just keep pushing on. I think what I'm going to have to do is start watching stuff when I'm on the bus, like going into work.
Well, hang on. The beautiful part about that is you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
So I think that's going to be my...
Hang on. Can you imagine 20, 30 years ago, people lugging their television set around in the bus or on the train? Not possible. Not possible. But with all this new technology where we can just stream to our devices, we are capable now of doing all manner of things.
Yeah.
In the interests of entertaining us.
Of course. And that is what we're here to do.
Well, being my improv queen and only just surviving Murderville last week, I enjoyed the podcast. I had a good long listen. And I trust people, if you haven't heard it, you can get on Spotify, you can get it on Apple, you can get it on a whole bunch of different platforms. Just look for this incredibly long title, TV, It's All We've Got. And you've jammed it all together because it's an awful lot of words. But
I don't think it's that long.
Well, let's talk about this week's episode of TV. It's All We've Got.
You asked me to watch Young Wallander this week, which is a show streaming on Netflix.
Yeah.
And it is about a young policeman who becomes a detective because he witnesses something that happens like right in his backyard. And it is set in Sweden.
Yeah.
And all British actors, from what I can understand, except for
the lead
guy.
Yeah. Who is brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, really good. The only thing is he's quite different to a lot of other detectives that we've seen in that he's really like mild-mannered and quietly spoken, and so quite unsuspecting in that he would be a policeman, detective,
but intensely focused
on
everything.
Yeah.
Constantly questioning, trying to put pieces together. Loves doing the puzzle. And it's like everything, what can I bring to this? Have I discovered all the good parts in order to be able to put the puzzle together?
Yeah.
And the real series Wallander, which first introduced me to the character, and as you rightly touched on, belonged brilliantly and was portrayed by Kenneth Branagh. What a talent he is. Well, this young man, to create that sort of difference, again, does a marvelous job. Yeah, very impressed. So did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I think there were parts where it was very, I don't really want to say slow.
But it's European style, not American.
Yeah, so it's quiet in some scenes.
It's a studied approach, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so.
Slow burn.
Yeah.
You get right into the character. This is what you like.
And it's only 6 episodes. Yeah, but it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So
I didn't want to
tax you. It happens all. Well, no, thank God, because I only just finished.
I was going to say
Seriously.
I was being facetious because I
Oh
forgot
my God.
that you really were back at work seriously, and it was
Oh yeah.
unfair. I should have tried to
No,
find you
not really.
Starstruck or something, which
Not
zip 20
really.
minutes, zip 20 minutes, zip 20 minutes.
Well, the reason why I gave you Starstruck was so I didn't have to rewatch it, right? Because I'd watched it recently. So I'm like, oh, good, that's one I don't have to watch.
Well,
I can give Dad
I
that.
watched the 2 seasons of
Starstruck.
Starstruck in 5
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah. Whoa. Or so it seemed, because they're such
Yeah.
short little
Short
vignettes,
episodes.
aren't they? They're very.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
We'll finish Wallander. Do you
Yeah.
recommend it for people who like crime series?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's good. I think if you kind of go in with the understanding that it is a little slow, then you'll be okay.
Okay.
And I'm
Were there
intrigued
enough
to know what.
endearing? Are there enough endearing characters, or is the key character so different that you can buy into it? Did you
Do you know what
believe
I
it
think?
was young Wallander?
Well, because see, I don't know old Wallander,
Ah,
right?
okay.
So that is probably where I'm lacking, is that I'm coming in new to this.
No, you're not lacking.
So
You asked me that legitimate question last week, and I said to you, "Oh no, I
yeah.
think you can go in and see it sight unseen, but
Mm,
on reflection, possibly some bits would be even more poignant if you had
mm.
seen the original, because
Right.
this is like the prequel.
So you asked me a question if I thought that the characters were enough to kind of reel me in, or if it was just the main character. And
Mm-hmm.
I think you get a sense of the relationship between him and his best friend very, very quickly. And so then that kind of sucks you in.
Good,
Um,
good.
and then you definitely are intrigued by the who becomes his boss, basically.
Yes, the
And
relationship
the
between
relationship.
the senior leader now. Yes,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And that obviously plays a little bit more, I'm assuming season 2 has a bigger impact, but yeah, that's all I'll say on that.
Stand by, more fun coming.
Mm,
So that's Wallander, available on
Wallander.
Netflix, and
Yeah.
I recommend it, and Lauren is possibly leaning towards recommending it too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now on to your choice for me to view,
Mm,
because you'd already seen it
yes.
and you were running short on
Yes.
time, and it was called Starstruck, and
Yeah.
it showcases a very clever New Zealander
Yeah.
who again introduces a whole new accent into British television. And you realize very quickly that she's one smart cookie. She wrote
Mm-hmm.
it. I think she
Mm-hmm.
plays a big hand in producing and directing it
Yeah. Yep.
and starring in it. I mean,
Yeah.
she must be a very shy girl,
Yeah.
because constantly we're seeing
Mm,
the character play games. And does she not love a mirror?
yeah.
Wow. And
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, likes alcohol too much.
I
I don't
mean,
mind her having this constant fascination with having sex. I don't have a problem with that. Very natural.
mhm.
Her taste in men is RS. And the way that she gets to bed one of the key stories in the whole series is
Mm,
even so, oh, yeah, in a loo, in a modern loo, in a modern restaurant, in a modern city. Yeah, I suppose on reflection, it probably happens much more than I would like to think about.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't know either, but I did go to the Bot one night in Melbourne and went into the bathroom and was surprised by some of the goings on, and I had to wait my turn. And I was most
Patiently.
surprised I had to move out of the way so they could leave.
Yeah.
So clearly, there was a new bathroom arrangement that I hadn't read when I walked in. There was no
Showing your
signage that
age,
said,
Dad.
sorry, showing my age.
Showing your age.
Oh,
Look, I'm sure this used to happen in your days when you used to go out.
Disgracefully, we were pretty disgraceful. But yeah, no, we weren't. Look, well, maybe we were, but we did it differently. And we're not going to go into that.
Okay.
Because this is not that sort of show. Maybe it should be. Yes. How much do you explain to your daughter before we move on to the next subject matter? Look, very interesting casting.
Yeah.
Bunch of dopes, but all good fun.
Why do you call them dope?
I like the lead guy. I think he's terrific.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names because I don't want to reveal all. But
I don't
want to name names. I don't want to tell you what his name is in case you've seen any of his movies and it throws you off the scent.
Okay.
His
name is Nikesh Patel.
Oh, God, I'm improvising and you didn't go with it.
Because what's the point? Like, we got to say something. We got to give the people something.
I'm telling you, it's a great story. Okay. Cleverly told by a smart young woman who's certainly too big for her boots.
Yeah.
Drinks too much and picks the wrong men all the time, except for once.
So her name is Rose Matafeo. She is the New Zealander comic who has written this series. She plays a character called, drumroll please, Jessie.
Jessie!
Who ends up bedding a man on one New Year's Eve.
Now you've given the whole plot away, haven't you?
Well, not really. No, I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't.
Okay.
But
wait till you see how she beds him.
Dad, we are not here
to pass judgment.
We are not here to do that.
Hey, speak for yourself.
These characters are young and fun and just living their best lives over in the UK.
Okay. Now, what did you make of Starstruck?
I thought it was great. I thought it was a really light, breezy, easy comedy to watch. The characters, maybe not all of them are likable, but I think
all the guys that she was bonking, other than Tom, they're all disasters.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
Single.
What?
That tells me why I'm still single.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, can I just suggest you keep doing what you're doing?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I will.
That's okay.
I will.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jeez, I feel
better because this is probably real experiences that have happened to her. You know, she's probably writing based on her life.
Well, of course she is. And every time she's looked into the mirror, she's had an opportunity to role play. She spends most of her time doing great, conversation pieces to the mirror before she goes out and elaborates. Like she gets dressed, she does her makeup, and she starts building up her energy levels.
Yeah.
Talking to the mirror. And I'm thinking, I know people who do that.
Yeah.
And I've known people who do that. No names, no pack drill. Thank you.
Season 2, there is a scene which made me laugh very, very hard.
Oh, which
it was when she was getting her caricature painted and she just spit out your water.
Yeah.
And there was the bubbles.
Correct.
And she was distracted by the bubbles.
Correct. Because that's how lightly triggered she is. She's just like a flighty little bird, like a flighty filly.
Yeah. It's like ADHD to a T, and I live for it.
Oh.
I'm like, oh my God, that's me.
Oh,
that's what I do.
Do you know there were moments where she wears her hair like you used to?
Like curly.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and I can remember there's a photo I have of you when you were very young,
Yeah.
and you had your hair almost like that, and I thought, oh my God, it's my daughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
it's
actually,
freaky. It's freaky. She's
when it
related.
when
And
it
I've
first
never
came
even met her
out,
mother. What was that?
well, when it first came out, I actually had a couple of friends message
So,
me
yeah. So,
and be like,
hey,
"Oh my God, have you seen Starstruck?" Like,
and are you related to Matafeo?
yeah.
And you said, no, my father's never been in New Zealand. Well, the truth is I've been a few times.
Well,
Yeah, baby.
but
Could be your sister.
maybe.
Do you know she's 29?
See, she's so young. I'm
No,
just
no, she could be your younger sister.
She could be.
You did question me last week.
I did question you last week.
After I gave you monogamy to see.
But she's really tall. I feel like she's very tall.
That's a possibility. Then again, it could be because of her mother.
Maybe.
Have you spoken to your mother about last week's episode?
No, I haven't.
Oh God, maybe you should.
No.
Maybe we don't want to scare her.
Okay.
My improv queen went and created a whole new scene for a new movie based on a couple of photos that I innocently posted without thinking.
Well, this is what happens when you don't put context. That's all I'm saying. Just put a little bit of context in there. Just say you had a great time with so-and-so in America, like in 20 years ago. You're like, just, that's all.
Fine.
That's all.
Fine. Okay. So Starstruck, recommended?
So did you not like it? I'm confused.
Okay. I was engrossed. I had to watch
Yeah.
to the absolute end.
Yeah.
I thought by season 2, she'd be grooved and very comfortable about the relationship, but she's just a constant confused state for the entire 2 seasons. And I'm going, come on, believe me, by now you should have sorted this. And no, she hasn't. And that got to me a little bit.
Yeah. See, I
would have thought Tom by this time would have gone, oh, really?
But I think the thing is she doesn't really have any direction in her life generally.
You think? Would you have gone to the funeral?
No.
That's what Tom thought.
Yeah. But
yeah,
I mean, everyone has different.
It's not as if she doesn't think about it. She has moments where there's great clarity and she knows, I know I'll stay away. But then she puts herself in harm's way. Then she had to go and hurt herself. I'm thinking, it just got more crazy towards the end, or more exasperating.
Okay. Well, I guess you're not the target demographic, right?
Well, clearly not. Clearly not. I'm not 29. I could have pretended to be 29 for a week.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't be. Look, the world's changed. That lifestyle where she was a nanny, and we should explain that she came to London from New Zealand, like so many Australians, makes a life for herself. Doesn't have one job. She has about 3 or 4 because she
got 2.
Yeah. Yeah. And then loses them both, doesn't she? Or nearly.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. It's very interesting, and it hovers between complete disaster and super success. So on that level, look, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. When you think this young woman has put all this together, she's one smart cookie. Because I know
absolutely.
how tough it is to get a television show up. I know how hard it is to get financing. So let's not think she's a flake. She's a very smart,
no, definitely not,
right? very smart improviser. I'd like to know what she's done before. Did you read up and have an idea of what she's done before? Is she an improv queen? Is she a stand-up comic?
So I actually used to watch her on like a sketch comedy show that used to come out of New Zealand. It was called Funny Girls.
Okay. And she is a
So
funny
I used
girl.
to watch that sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. And I know that she's done stand-up as well. So that's how I knew her. Yeah, I think she's also done a series of Taskmaster, which is a show that they've done in the UK, which is they get a whole lot of comics to do tasks, like to perform tasks, and it's very entertaining.
Is it really?
But yeah,
does she do a lot
funny.
of stuff in front of the mirror?
No, I mean I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe there was mirrors.
Because
I don't
she's
know.
got that to a T. You see her walk up to a mirror and you go, "Here we go, here we go." And she goes to the bathroom.
I didn't pick that up at all.
What?
Yeah, I didn't pick it up.
You don't see her going, "Okay, I'm looking good. I'm fantastic. We're gonna go outside now and play." You didn't catch any of that? Where were you? Who did you watch it with? And did you see what I saw? It's called Starstruck. I saw it on iView on ABC.
Yeah, that's what I was watching. That's what I told you to watch.
Didn't see any of what I'm talking about?
No, I think obviously like when she was coming off the boat at one point, she was like dancing and singing around like the streets. She's very confident.
I'm going to send you back to watch a bit more of her.
Okay. I'll watch it again. I don't mind.
Starstruck, iView, ABC. Interesting. And as Lauren touched on, very easy to watch. You warm to the characters. I like the leading man. I did like the leading woman, although she has her moments. And that's perfectly understandable. That's the story. That's the character that we see. All the friends and the crazies at the beginning, you bless them at the end because they all mean well.
They're all truly themselves.
Yeah. And they genuinely do care for her. Which is lovely. Except for Ben, who's a bit of a dingbat. But there you go. No judgment on my behalf. Just a dad looking after his daughter. Dad looking
or could be daughter.
Or could what? Yeah.
It could be daughter.
Could be sister. Could be sister. I don't want to tax you. I know you're under enormous pressure with back to work now. So what can I give you that'll give you, and again, the redeeming feature is you can watch it on your way to work and on your way home on your streaming device, and it's Paramount Plus's product. It streams on Paramount Plus. It's called Yellow Jackets.
I've wanted to watch this.
Well, you better be up for it.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It has so much more to tell us. I've just watched the first series to the end and I've gone, oh my God. Christine Ricci, Juliette Lewis. Oh my God.
Yeah.
How clever.
Yeah, it's an all-star cast.
The cast is red hot. And the other thing that this particular series does, and we'll talk about it more next week, it flits backwards and forwards. So you have a flashback, we're in the present, and then we flash back and you go, wow, it's not going to work, but it does work. Yeah. And especially if you don't get distracted, you will love the younger version because it's over 25 years. Because I don't want to give you too much, but the last episode of series 1, it's their 25th reunion at school. So this tragedy that makes up Yellow Jackets happened 25 years earlier. So you must have 2 sets of actresses. You can't have, one set and they wear they take makeup off or they wear skinnier
Yeah.
dresses or whatever. So they have a lovely young cast, all brilliant actresses and actors, and they tell a story, a gripping story, and you see the adults, and boy, does it have some interesting, and there's so much more that we don't know. So Yellow Jackets for you next week, Madame, on TV. It's all we've got. What do you got?
Very excited.
Yeah, good.
So this TV show that I'm going to ask you to watch, season 4 has just dropped. I've already watched the episodes that are available, and I'm obsessed.
You're obsessed. Wow.
I'm obsessed. It's a show that you and I both watched when I first watched it.
Zorro?
And I'm going to make you go back. No.
Oh, okay.
Does Zorro have a season 4?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give you The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, marvelous.
I'm doing it.
Simply marvelous.
Yeah, because I think we only got a few episodes in.
Yes, we did.
When you and I were watching it.
Marvelous.
Yeah. So I want you to get into it. Obviously not get up to season 4. Don't expect that. But I definitely.
What's it on again?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Amazon. Amazon. Amazing. Prime. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You're just wondering what is my father sipping? It's from that.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you on?
It's a special well that I access only occasionally to sort of inspire me before we do our podcasts.
Oh, okay.
Are you moved?
I'm like, is it from your booster?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that did wipe me out. Can you imagine? I went and had a booster shot because the government wants us to do that. And I was all right day one.
Yeah.
Had the very simple Moderna to complement my AstraZeneca. And day 2, I was wiped out. I slept for most of the day. Day 3, I'm okay.
For 6.
Day 3, I'm okay. Well, I think I am. I'm hallucinating a lot. I'm seeing mirrors around. Anyway.
Well, hopefully you will enjoy The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
I'm sure I will.
Yeah, I'm sure you will too.
Okay.
It's very good.
On that note, should we bid adieu?
Yes. I will see you next week.
Bye.